hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at the smart Alec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at Redo Reviews on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, you can go to @OnComicsGround. And if you want to go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, especially since we're only on take one today as opposed to yesterday.
Yeah. By the way, we're recording these in the span of 1 week. So, technically the last episode for you guys will be last week, but for us it was yesterday. For us it was Monday.
For us it was Tuesday.
So it was Tuesday.
That's today, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah. So, if you listened to the last episode, oh, sorry, my table broke. If you all heard that. What happened last episode was we were using the bot to record the podcast, and we had to do 5 takes of it because it just kept going. It just kept leaving out of nowhere. So,
like an hour into recording, we get a notification saying "failed to join,"
even though it was already joined. So
yeah, like I'm looking at it in the Discord right now. It is saying recording.
And if it leaves, we are both going to be very sad, and you guys might not hear this. You'll probably hear a different take if it leaves, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So, once again, welcome to March of the Clones, our big March event where we talk about clone stuff. So, our topic today is going to be pretty fun to talk about as opposed to last episode where we painstakingly...
We talked about the actual Clone Saga, and it was the worst.
It was, but it's over and done with now for another year.
I was about to say until next year.
Until next year, where we have to continue it. That's dreading that. But anyway, before we talk about our big main topic, we got some recent comics that came out. So, Brian, why don't you go ahead and get us started with what you read this week?
All right. Yeah, so for this week, we got Spider-Ham, which, for those who don't know, because I don't think I've brought it up on the on the podcast before, there is a Spider-Ham book going out right now, and it's pretty good. Like, it's just fun, like, meta jokes, and I hope you like animal puns, because that's like 90% of the humor.
Yeah. It's pretty much what you'd expect from Spider-Ham.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Just it's what you would expect from a Spider-Ham book, and a bit more with like some of the meta jokes. Because like in the last issue, they go to like a Frank Miller Batman-like world, and Ham transforms basically into a giant like Frank Miller Batman pig man.
Oh my god!
It is that part got a good laugh out of me because like he overly dramatically narrates everything, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I gotta get on reading that because I have been backlogged with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's worth it for Black Colt alone, who is Black Bolt, but the Colt. He has to write everything down he says because he can't speak or else he'll blow up everything.
Now that reminds me of that like hilarious scene from the Inhumans show where it's like Black Bolt's getting scolded by his parents and then he's just like, why? And then they just become paste on the wall.
God, that was so bad.
Yeah, the Inhumans show it definitely existed.
The only good thing I have to say about it is the guy that got to play Black Bolt was like really good casting. They just gave him literally nothing to work with.
Yeah. Why was that show made? Well, it was. Well, I know why.
Because Ike Perlmutter's got a hard-on for the Inhumans and wanted to say, "Fuck you, X-Men. We have our own thing."
And that did not work out.
Yeah, because Kevin Feige's like, I don't want to do this movie.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well, fuck you. I'll make it a show, and we'll play the first episode in IMAX. And oh
Wonder
my,
how many people actually went to see in IMAX.
I feel bad for any who did.
Because it's not a show that has a super high budget like Game of Thrones or Doctor Who now. It's like it's an ABC show that was filmed only like 5 months ago in advance.
Yeah, it was. That show was like finished within less than a year.
So it probably was not pretty to see those effects in IMAX.
No,
Especially the
it was
hair.
not. It was not pretty to see on a shitty TV.
Matt, like, it's
They
just
had to
funny.
shave Medusa's head in the
Yeah,
first episode to
that's what I was
save
gonna
the
say.
budget.
Yeah, like you take the character most known for their hair, and then you take away the hair because you can't afford it.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then you give everyone regular human clothes because we can't afford these costumes. And it's
yeah,
just like literally the only episodes that have any fun superpower bullshit is the first and last episodes, and they're all bad.
yeah. I don't know. I like they're apparently gonna recast all of them, which I can't blame them for. But
Yeah, no, I don't blame them for wanting to just wipe that show completely.
wasn't it funny how Agents of Shield was supposed to be like the big setup for the Inhumans movie, and then that just fizzled?
Yeah, which I mean, the first problem is it's the Inhumans, and most people really don't give a shit about the Inhumans.
Yeah,
like, like they got some cool stuff, but I don't feel like they're interesting enough for a full movie or show dedicated to them.
yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, to get back to Spider Ham shit, it it's fun. It go read it if you like fun comedy stuff and animal puns
And John Mulaney, not
and
because
John
he's in it,
Mulaney.
not because he's in it, but just because if you read Spider Ham, you'll only hear John.
More than likely, yes, and it is a very fitting voice. So,
Yeah.
but
Ugh.
yeah, no, it's a fun book. Kang the Conqueror and Kangaroo the Conqueror, and that got a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah.
Like it, but yeah, no, it's pretty good. And the other book that I want to talk about is Venom, which also came out, and it picks up where the last issue left off with Captain America swooping in, saving Eddie, and then nuking the island.
Yeah. How does Eddie react? This.
He wakes up in a hospital bed, like connected to tubes and shit, with his missing hand, and he has like this cool monologue about like phantom limb syndrome, where like
Oh.
yeah, which if you don't, any who listening don't know what that is, it's when you like lose a limb, but your brain still kind of remembers it and feels it. Like
Yeah.
it it's really cool, but also like really fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has a monologue about that, and he mentions that the doctor asked him about it, and it took him like a solid 10 minutes to realize he was asking about his hand and not the symbiote.
Oh.
Yeah, because he got fucking nooped.
Yeah.
But yeah, he then Cap walks in the room and asks him how he's doing, how he's been, and it's like, how long was I out? A couple weeks, and Cap is like, no, dude, you've been out for like months. Nola's already here, and he looks out the window and it's just Armageddon.
What?
Well, because then later on, a creepy redheaded doctor walks in, hooks a tube up to Eddie, and it's Cletus in his head, just pumping him full of carnage. And it
Uh.
turned because the last issue ended with Venom and Carnage like racing towards Eddie before he blacks out, and turns out Carnage got to him first, so he's just been messing with his head.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Fuck.
so yeah, and and yeah, Carnage takes over and Eddie Carnage starts walking away as Venom ran away because Carnage got there first, and he's like, "Yeah, nope, I'm out." And, yeah,
Wow.
and Dylan, who has a piece of Carnage, Grendel, whatever the fuck, like uses powers, and somehow that creates a portal to the island.
What?
He does some weird symbiote magic thing, and the tendril like forms into a portal, like the flowers on Krakoa in the X-Men books. And he just
Oh,
and he walks through.
so this is how it's gonna connect to the Maker trying to get
More than
trying to
likely, yeah.
yeah, because like he said, symbiotes are built for like interdimensional travel, and it's like, I don't know about that. Then now you tell me about this. By the way, I
Yeah,
haven't
it's like,
caught up on Venom. By the way, I've been really bad about that. Uh,
this is what I'm here for.
yeah. Uh, I
But
dumped this on him. I dumped my burdens on Brian because that's what I do. Um, but
it's fine. But yeah, Dylan goes through, and he uses his powers to connect to Venom, who's like on a different part of the island, and he he helps Venom like shapeshift into a T-Rex and goes to fight Carnage.
oh my, what am I doing? Why have I not continued this book? What have I like? What
I
have I
don't
been
know,
doing with
man.
my life?
It's just fun. Like
Just insanity.
yeah, because Dylan like connects with Venom through his mind and reminds him that without a host, you can literally turn into whatever you want. So Venom's like, oh, and just becomes a T-Rex.
Oh my god.
Like
Tell me
that makes
tell me the
sense.
T Rex has the Venom eyes and the white spider. Please tell
Oh,
me.
100%.
Yes. Uh,
It
let
wouldn't
me
be a Venom T-Rex without it.
let me see this. Let me see this real quick. I have to see this. I have to
Oh,
see this for
it's good.
myself.
Yeah, you could look it
Uh,
up on the thing.
yeah. Um, but yeah. So Venom came out. Also, Amazing Spider-Man 41 uh happened, and
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to describe this series.
yeah, it's still doing filler stuff. Um, this time it's like I don't know. It like this time it's just like Peter and Boomerang are trying to find. Okay, get the hell away from my dad.
Yep,
Like, yeah, I
you
love
found the
that.
thing. Yeah,
I found
it's
it.
cool.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, so it's more filler. Amazing Spider-Man this time. It's
Yeah,
just now you remember the tablet from Shattered Dimensions? Peter and Boomerang are trying to find it because Kingpin's after it. So
yeah. It it works like the tablet from the cartoon where it like restores your youth and stuff.
yeah.
And
So
I guess also gives you god power because Hammerhead did that once, and I don't understand how that thing works.
yeah. What's it called? Like the Life Tablet or something?
I think it's Tablet of Life and Death.
Tablet of Life and Death. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm just like I'm just counting down the issues to get to Kindred at this point because
Yeah, that's basically all you can do because like none of this is bad. It's just like you want to get to the shit we came for.
yeah, it's just very fillery and like we've had so many arcs with Jameson and Boomerang now that it's like it's just getting exhausting.
Yeah,
So
like you started off this run by giving me a whole bunch of new stuff, and now you're just giving me that stuff over and over.
yeah, like with Venom, Don and Cates has been very consistent with keeping the main stuff in focus. Like
Yeah,
So it's like why keep this stuff that we've seen over and over again in focus when we're like when you made the new stuff such a big deal initially. So
Yeah, it's like I don't hate it, but I really don't care as much as I used to.
yeah, I don't know. Hoping that 44 next month really picks everything up because I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah,
Like
like it. If you're gonna pick up this series, I'd probably wait till that issue comes out, so then you'll have something
yeah.
to get to.
Unless something big happens out of nowhere, but it doesn't look like it. It just looks like the next two issues are going to be Spider-Man and Boomerang versus a giant monster.
Yeah, and they also remembered the Vermin clones from the Hunted storyline.
Oh yeah, when I saw those, I was going to be like, "Oh, this new issue is going to be pretty banging," and then I read it, and they're just there for like 1 second, and then
Yeah, like they're there in the beginning and they're at the end, because
that's
90% of
it.
this issue is like a recap of this is how we got here.
Yeah. Um. Uh. I don't know. Anyway, it's a fine book, but it's just like it's getting exhausting waiting for Kindred at this point.
Yeah, like like just playing the long game and then just playing a really boring game.
Yeah, and it's the latter in this instance,
Yeah,
but
like I want to play a new game already, please.
like like this run for Spider-Man has had way more issues than Venom, even though it started later, and it has not taken advantage of them at all.
No, like honestly, Spencer might be better off with a monthly run instead of bi-weekly.
Yeah, because it's like he's trying to fill in for. It feels like Marvel's mandating the bi-weekly thing, and he's like trying to fill
Oh yeah,
in,
because it's Amazing Spider-Man. We need that shit out every 2 weeks. Go
and
go
he
go go
doesn't
go.
want to make it feel like Kindred is too quick, and maybe that's why it feels like it's so slow because there's more issues,
Oh
even
yeah,
though
no,
it's less time.
he's definitely putting Kindred off as much as possible to make it feel like a big deal, even though at this point it feels like, oh yeah, Kindred's in this book.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully soon we'll get Kindred back. I think that's it for comics. Not a
Yeah,
whole lot.
there's nothing. There's also Symbiote Spider-Man, but I don't fucking read that.
All I know about that one is that it's like Mysterio puts Peter in an alternate reality where Natasha Romanoff is dating him and she's Black Cat.
What
That's
the
all I know
fuck?
about. Yeah, because they remembered that Peter and Natasha dated for a bit when she was. Well, they dated
Oh
when she was
yeah.
Nat. They dated when she was Natalie Rush. She was like you remember the thing from Doctor Who, the Chameleon arc? It's like that, but for Black Widow. And she and Peter dated when she was like disguised mentally as Natalie Rush. Yeah, that was a thing, and I don't know why, but it was. So they were just like, okay, what if we made Black Widow Black Cat? Boom. Yeah,
Genius.
genius. Um, yeah, I think this was around because like this is supposed to be another story that takes place around the time the symbiote stuff happened.
Yeah,
So
this is all I know about this book is it takes place back when Peter had the black suit, and that's it.
yeah, which is supposed to take place before 2001 because in the first issue of Symbiote Spider-Man, they had Peter jumping across the World Trade Center, and I'm like,
Oh, oh,
yeah, yeah, I
that's
don't know.
that's kind of weird.
They're just messing with the timeline so much at this point. I just do not understand.
Oh yeah, no, they Marvel released a book a while back that was like meant to revise the timeline, and a lot of their heroes like Iron Man have ties to the Vietnam. So the explanation was, oh, there were two Vietnam Wars.
What?
There was another one.
Um, uh, the
They
more I
didn't do
think
what
about
the
this,
movie. Yeah, they didn't do what the movie did and said, "Oh, it was the Middle East." No, it's there were just a second Vietnam War.
why not? Why not? That's probably how the Venom thing worked out with Rex and all the other Shield symbiote. They
Probably.
were probably in the second Vietnam War. Who knows? But
Yeah, I like to call it the Super Vietnam War because that's where all the super people show up.
yeah, I'm tired.
Comic book timelines make no sense, people.
They
Don't.
don't.
Batman had like 12 Robins in 4 years. Don't think about it.
Yeah, at least in the New 52. Anyway,
Yeah. Did you know Jason Todd was only dead for 6 months?
that is bullshit.
Like
That
even
I'm.
pre 52, he was dead for 6 months, and that was it.
Well, wasn't it like he was dead for 6 months and then he like went to train with
Yeah,
Talia and Roz or
yeah.
Raish?
He was dead 6 months after he died. Superboy Prime punched the wall, and he was back.
Yeah, is it Ra's al Ghul or Raish al?
I pronounce it Raish, but I think it's actually pronounced Roz. Like, I,
Yeah,
I, I just think Raish sounds cooler.
yeah. I don't know. I never, but we'll see. Who knows? I say we'll see as if they'll clarify one day how it's pronounced, but they won't.
No, they
Um,
go back and forth all the time. It doesn't
yeah.
matter.
All right.
If it's
Well,
Kevin Conroy,
yeah,
it's going to be pronounced Raish.
yeah. That's um. So that's it for comics and news, or lack of news anyway. Now it's time for the big uh event of this episode of March of the Clones.
Topic.
Um, so you guys want to know how Spider-Verse came into fruition? Look no further than the finale of the '90s animated series that did Spider-Verse before Spider-Verse, except actually good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
In terms of the comic, not the movie. The movie is amazing.
Oh, the movie is great. And the movie, which we were talking about before the episode started, surprisingly takes more from these two episodes than the actual comic, which,
Yeah, the only thing it takes from the comic are some of the spider people.
yeah, it's like the same thing where it's like Kingpin's doing an interdimensional thing and they have to invade his tower. It's literally the same,
Yeah.
just with no spider car.
Which, in my opinion, is a downgrade because Spider Carnage is sweet.
Oh yeah, Spider Carnage is terrifying in these two episodes. And he likes to use the word obliterate a lot.
Yeah, well, he can't say kill. This is a 90s cartoon.
Oh, that's right. We can't use bullets. The police all have laser guns.
These like 1940s beat cops, and they pull out this super advanced laser pistol with a scope and
It's
use it like a revolver.
that's like one of my favorite things about this series is that they cannot have like any of this stuff. So it's just like, oh, laser guns. Oh, destroy you. I'm gonna destroy you.
Yeah, my favorite is they couldn't use the word sinister, so they renamed it the Insidious Six.
Oh my god, that's right. Why could they not use sinister?
It,
Why?
I don't know because
What
even on the X-Men cartoon, there's a character named Mister Sinister.
uh Fox Kids really hurts my brain, to be
Yeah,
honest.
the showrunners behind the Spider-Man cartoon were very. This has to be safe for kids to watch.
Yeah.
Whereas with X-Men, they're like, oh, we don't give a shit. Morph dies
Yeah.
five. Morph dies in the first episode. Okay,
Morph wasn't even a character in the comics, was he?
I don't think so. He might. He was. His name was Changeling, but they changed it to Morph.
Uh, but they
And then
just
he
kill him
became a
immediately.
good. Yeah, and he just gets killed off because he's basically just a dude Mystique.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then Exiles, the comic, came out and made him a character, and it's the best.
Yeah, I gotta read Exiles.
It's very good. Like,
But yeah.
as my pinned tweet on Twitter will tell you, it's Quantum Leap but with superheroes. It's awesome.
I've never seen Quantum Leap. I need to.
That is also very good.
Yeah. So basically, for those who don't know about this finale, why? Second of all, so basically what happens is that this is the last season of of the Spider-Man cartoon. They were not getting renewed for another season because they got canceled.
Yeah.
Did they know that ahead of time, or did they? Well, they
I
had to have.
I want to say they definitely knew that the show was ending by the time they were making this season, because a lot of it does kind of feel like final.
Which just leaves me with more questions with the way it ends. Um,
Yeah, that I can't say I like, but I feel like they knew it was the end of the show because they were doing stuff that they never would have done in previous seasons, like
yeah,
Secret Wars.
yeah. Um, which basically basically break down the plot of these two episodes. So what happens is that the Beyonders sent Spider-Man to Battle World to do Secret Wars, and he won. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm finally get to go back. I'm finally gonna get to go back home." Then Beyonder just sends him to this really fucked up New
to,
York.
to this hellscape.
Yeah. And Peter's like, "Hey, what's the big idea? What happened?" And then Beyonder's like, "Oh yeah, this isn't your timeline, but I'm not going to explain what it is until later." So basically, we see Hobgoblin and Green Goblin like messing up New York, and
Yeah. And I was
then
so happy as a kid when this happened because I missed Green Goblin so much.
oh yeah, me too.
Like,
Did they?
I,
They didn't team up before, did they?
no, they hated each other.
Yeah, but this one, it's like they're working together, and
Yeah, and I, I appreciate the line that Green Goblin has where like he's telling Hobgoblin, "Hey, good job. We'll make a real goblin out of you yet."
which is funny because in this version, it's like
Green
Hobgoblin
Goblin
came
came
first.
after. Yeah,
Yeah, because of the
but it's
stupid
different.
toy thing.
Yeah, but it's different because Green Goblin had the drug gas that made him real.
Yeah, that's I suppose, but yeah, I don't know. It's a mess, but
Yeah.
we still love it.
Yeah. All I know is I love this Green Goblin's voice the most out of any.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I love Steve Bloom, but this guy's my favorite. I think it's Neil something. I don't quite recall his
I
name.
know Mark Hamill voices Hobgoblin.
Yes, which also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
I'm gonna look up his voice actor for this episode.
All right. Um. But basically, Hobgoblin and Green Goblin are fucking shit up. JJ and Robbie at the Bugle are like the last line of defense, pretty much, and they're trying to like steal the radio tower, Hobgoblin and Green Goblin. I mean, and we find out they're like Jameson and Robbie are both blaming Spider-Man for this. Peter's like, "What? How? I don't understand." And then he fights Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. And they're like, "But you're the one who ordered us to do this," which creates more questions.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
by the way, the Green Goblin voice is Neil Ross.
ooh, Neil Ross. Okay, the name's not familiar, but like, I'm sure he's done a lot of stuff outside of Green
Oh
Goblin.
yeah, I'm sure he's got an IMDb somewhere. I'm just
Yeah, everybody has an IMDb, no
yeah,
matter who you are.
yeah, that's true. If you blink in a movie, you're in it.
Yeah. I want an IMDb day. Anyway, so the Green Goblin, Hobgoblin get away with the radio thing. Then we meet Spider Carnage, and Spider Carnage is calling Peter his clone. He's like, and in my costume, no less, or whatever. Which,
Yeah,
hint, hint. So basically, Peter just gets the shit kicked out of him by Spider Carnage until the Beyonder takes
yeah,
him to
yeah.
Madam Web's
And,
lair.
and Spider Carnage says my favorite line of the episode. I really, really hate clones.
Yeah. Which, by the way, this is also he's also being voiced by Christopher Daniel Barnes, who does amazing, by the way.
Oh my
Like
god,
he sounds,
he is amazing. Like I remember as a kid, I couldn't really recognize him because of the filter, but now I can totally hear it, and that makes it even more terrifying.
yeah. It's like what makes Spider Carnage here so terrifying is like in the original comic with the Clone Saga, it's like it's Ben Riley who becomes Spider Carnage, which is why
Yeah,
his suit looks the way it is,
yeah, it's why he has like the web shooters on the outside and everything.
and the blue mostly.
Yeah,
Like this show just is like, okay, what if we took that design but just made it Spider Carnage? But
Yeah, what if we just
yeah,
made it Peter? And like it works. Like the only outlier is the web shooters, but even then, like who cares?
which honestly, this works so much better than in the comic, and it
Oh yeah,
makes
in the
so much more
comic, it's
sense.
like it's like for like 5 minutes in the comic, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's like,
very short lived.
and it's been being controlled mostly by the Carnage symbiote.
Yeah,
But
this is
here,
like this Peter is like 100% doing what he wants. It's just he's crazy.
yeah, like he's been driven insane pretty much.
Yeah,
Um,
like even before Carnage got to him, he was already nuts.
which
Like
that happened in the comics is that Peter was pretty much going crazy,
yeah,
calling himself the Spider, which we talked about last episode.
yeah, I was about to say I don't think this one ever called himself just the Spider. So
But basically, it addressed that like Aunt May's death drove him crazy. Uh, then the clone coming in drove him crazy, and then finding out that the clone could actually be the real Peter Parker drove him crazy. And which leads me to my favorite thing, where it's like Spider-Man's like this. This is starting to sound like a bad comic book plot, and it's like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Even everyone at Marvel knew the Clone Saga was terrible, but they had
oh
to
yeah,
keep it going.
yeah, because they just could not find a way to end it because
No,
nobody was happy with the way it ended.
no, they couldn't figure out how to end it, and they weren't allowed to end it, and they were going bankrupt, so they needed to do anything at all to make money.
Yeah. Um, so basically, when the Beyonder takes Peter back to Madam Web's lair, we find all these other Spider-Men. There's one with Doc Ock arms,
I
for
love
some
that
reason.
one.
I
Yeah,
love it because
it.
he's not even like, oh, I took these to help me. It's like, oh, I just took them as a souvenir. And it's like,
Yeah,
that's pretty
which
sadistic, Peter.
yeah, I feel like that's meant to lead you to believe this Peter totally killed his world's Doc Ock.
Oh, 100%. Which like,
Which that's cool. I didn't pick up on that as a kid, but that now as an adult, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
yeah. Um, so we have him, and then we have one who's going through the man spider thing.
Yeah, He's still in the middle of his mutation problem that Peter went through in like season 3 or 4.
Yeah. Um, so we have him, then we have the Dick Peter,
The Tony Stark Peter.
the one basically from House of M. This is House of M Peter pretty much.
It's House of M Peter, but more interesting
Yeah. Without a
because like
shaved head.
this one actually does stuff.
Yeah. He has the spider armor from the comics that gets melted by Scorpion in like 2 seconds. Um
Yeah, but this one's cooler. It has like a laser in it.
yeah. He has a laser, he has like missiles in it.
He is
Um
Iron Man, but with a Spider-Man motif.
Pretty much, yeah. By the way,
And
sorry if you
I
can
love it.
hear me getting up. I have to get food, because I forgot to get lunch. But
Uh,
yeah. So, um, sorry, taking y'all on a journey with me right now. But so then there's like another one who's like, we don't know who he is. He's not Peter Parker, but he has a Spidey costume and he has no
yeah,
powers.
yeah, we just found him.
Yeah, it's like, he's. Which, by the way, why are they like, oh, we had to bring him here, but then they do not let him go on the mission? It's like, why? Why'd you bring him here then? Why didn't you get another Spider-Man?
Look, the Beyonder's pretty tapped out right now. He grabbed
Yeah.
what he could. It's like, are you Spider-Man? Okay, you're mine now. Come here.
Yeah. So we have we have them, and then we have Scarlet Spider, aka Ben Riley, who
Yeah,
is
who is actually from here, so they didn't need to
yeah.
bring him.
So basically, can you take over explaining the plot for a moment while I just have a muffin real quick?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So yeah, Ben explains to Peter the whole deal behind this world, where he originally he believed he was a clone of Peter created by Miles Warren, like in the Clone Saga, and him it caused a lot of problems between him and Peter, who was already going through some shit because Aunt May had just passed away, and you know how Peter is whenever Aunt May is in the hospital, so imagine how he is when she's in the fucking ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's already causing problems. And then with some help from Kirk Connors, Ben Ben also like dyed his hair blonde and changed his name to at least help because he's a good person and doesn't want Peter to go insane.
Yeah.
And to help give him his own identity. But he goes to Dr. Connors and he runs some tests and discovers the chance that it turns out Peter might be the clone and Ben is the original. And much like in the original Clone Saga, to which our Peter says this is a bad comic book plot, as we mentioned earlier, which that is a great line. But yeah, he explains that deal and how Kingpin was messing with like portal stuff, like in the Spider-Verse movie, and earlier on in the show, they even bring back the Spot in that quick cameo. But
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, like before he got his powers, he still built the same exact machine, and it worked. But it also let in the Carnage symbiote, which immediately attached to Peter, who had shown up to kill Ben. Who Ben was there to go beat up Kingpin. Peter showed up to kill Ben.
To just probably shove him in the dimensional thing, and be like, "Be gone from me."
Yeah, just yeet, just get rid of him. But what happens is Carnage goes to Peter because of all his hate and anger and Sith dark side, and he becomes Spider Carnage.
Which makes me wonder, like, if the Carnage symbiote came through, what happened to Cletus Cassidy and what happened to Eddie Brock? Because we got no resolution of where they went to.
Yeah,
So
supposedly they both went to the Dark Dimension with Dormammu. So my guess is either Dormammu killed Cletus and the portal opened to let the symbiote out, or this just so happened to be a completely different Carnage symbiote.
that's feasible. By the way, I'm not doing an ASMR thing, am I? Can you
No,
hear me eating? Okay, good.
no, we cannot hear that. No.
I do not want to attract that crowd.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But
But yeah,
yeah,
sorry. Can you
that's
continue? Can you
yeah,
continue? Like,
yeah. No, I'll still go. So the basically, yeah, the Carnage symbiote merged with Peter, and he became Spider Carnage, and basically took over Kingpin's whole operation for the most part. Like Kingpin still thinks he's working with Spider Carnage, but Carnage is totally manipulating him.
yeah,
And
it's like Kingpin's
ba-
like, oh, I want to control everybody's minds and take over the world. Dark Carnage is like, oh yeah, I'll do that. We'll all get what we deserve. Heh heh heh.
yeah, yeah. Don't worry. Once this is all over, we'll all get what we deserve. Yeah, it.
Seems like, okay.
Yeah, he just goes with it because Kingpin's kind of an idiot sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, but I will say I love his voice in this show though.
Oh, I do.
Like
Yeah.
I'm so sad. I'm pretty sure his actor passed away, and that makes me really sad.
Uh, shit, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I think he did. I'll look it up, but I'm fairly certain that happened, and
Uh,
that makes me really upset. um, but yeah, basically that's why this whole city is on fire and is turned into hell. Is because Carnage is just destroying everything
yep.
and wants to use the portal device, the what was it, time dilation accelerator, which what? This has nothing to do with time. This isn't a time machine. Why
Just
is
call
it
it a
called?
portal. Just call it a portal device.
No, it needs a cool science name like neogenic recombinator. Whatever the fuck that means.
That's from Neogenic Nightmare, right?
It's from the whole show.
Oh, right.
It was used since episode 1.
Oh. Uh, why? I don't know.
I know.
Basically, yeah, they all go to kick Kingpin's ass, and they can't get along. We see everybody's own weapons. We see the impact webbing.
Yeah, which I love the the Tony Stark Peter's like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. Which, he's an asshole, but he's not. But he gives credit where it's due.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The voice actor for Kingpin is Roscoe Lee Brown. He passed away in 2007.
Oh shit, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, he was 84. So
I'm surprised we never heard about that.
yeah.
Well, at least I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I was about to say what? I brought it up.
No, you didn't. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm the one who brought it up.
Which one of us is the clone?
Insert the pointing meme. No, you're pointing at me. Yeah. But yeah, so basically they all try to beat them, they're losing. Then the powerless one is like, let me go, I'll help. And then help for like 2 seconds.
Everyone just keeps telling that one to shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not any help, dude. You're just here.
And then Man Spider becomes Man Spider.
Yeah, his mutation starts going nuts, and also by this point I'm trying to remember. I think Doc Ock Spidey got taken out, and
he did.
Yeah, so did Iron Man, which I don't quite recall what happened to him. I think Man Spider took him down, right?
He got hit by a paralysis gun.
Oh, okay. Well, that's less interesting.
Yeah, because I just watched the 2 episodes right before we started recording.
Okay.
So
okay, I think I watched most of the first one last night, and I just forgot to continue. But I remember these for the most part, so feel free to correct me when I get this stuff wrong.
You're good.
Yeah, but yeah, the Iron Spider is down. Doc Ock Spidey is down. So Beyonder uses the last of his power to snatch Man Spider and then send him away because he's gonna kill everyone.
Yeah.
Which I love Man Spider's design.
It's a cool design, but I love how when he turns into Man Spider, he's just laying down.
Yeah,
he doesn't even have a horrific transformation. He's just lying down, and then it's still like, oop.
Yeah, nah. Look, we don't have much left in the budget. Okay, we've got what was left from the executives' couch cushions, which is basically all they ever had to work with throughout the whole show.
Pretty much.
It's why they reuse the animations so much.
Yeah, they pretty much just they beat Spider Carnage, but he goes away to another dimension.
Yeah, and all that's left are Peter, Scarlet Spider, and the Powerless One.
Yeah, but
yeah, Madam Web is like, I only have enough power to send one of you, so they send the real one, the '90s cartoon one.
And he goes to the Iron Man Spider-Man dimension where everybody loves him. He has multiple companies, and he's engaged to Gwen Stacy, and this is Gwen Stacy's first appearance in the cartoon.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy was never even referenced in the rest of the show.
Like, Felicia Hardy essentially was Gwen Stacy in the show.
More or less, yeah. Only an actual character.
Yeah.
But what's up?
Oh, sorry, I'm still eating because I got super hungry and had low blood sugar. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. So yeah, Madam Web sends our Peter to the Iron Tony Stark Peter's place where, everything is pretty much perfect for Peter, and he shows up in his red and blue costume and takes off his mask, and Gwen walks in the room and is like, "Oh, you're wearing your old suit today. That's weird." And Peter has no idea what's going on, but he's just going with it. And he meets with Kingpin. Hang on.
You're good.
Yeah, sorry, there was a truck.
You're good.
But yeah, he meets with Kingpin, who's in this black tuxedo, which I much prefer the white suit. Just saying. But yeah, he meets with them, and it seems like they're friends. And then Kingpin sticks him in a chair, pushes a button, ties him up, and reveals even this Kingpin's working for Spider Carnage now.
Because why not?
Yeah, because I guess Kingpin is the only one who will listen to him across the multiverse.
So
But
Gwen essentially like helps Peter get out.
yeah, because
And
I don't think we actually mentioned what Spider Carnage's plan was, which is he's going to use the machine to just blow up all of reality.
it's Crisis on Infinite Earths, pretty much.
It is. Like Spider Carnage is a nihilist. Like he's like nothing matters. We're all gonna die anyway, so I'm just gonna kill everyone.
Yeah. So he's just like, everybody did me wrong, so I'm gonna fucking kill everybody. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. You know, Arthur Fleck. You know, but a character I like.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Anyway.
The Joker's fans are gonna be very mad.
Oh well, they already hate me anyway.
Which is funny because Spider Crunch here says, "I'm gonna make sure you all get what you deserve. You get what you fucking deserve."
I'm imagining that scene now with Carnage and Kingpin as the talk show host.
Oh my god, that's what I was just gonna say. It's like, what do you get when you cross a mentally ill spider person with a symbiote that treats him like trash? And I'll tell you what you get. You get what you fucking deserve. Boom, everything's gone. We're all dead.
Oh man. Anyway, but yeah, Carnage is gonna wipe out all reality, but Kingpin thinks, "Oh, I'm just gonna make a bunch of money."
Because that's all he thinks about.
Yeah, which is pretty in keeping with his character for the most part. Like it's,
Yeah,
I care about money and New York. That's it.
that's it.
My wife is dead, but if she were here, I'd also care about her.
Did they ever mention Vanessa in
No,
the show?
no.
Okay.
You think they'd mention a dead person besides Uncle Ben?
Ah, right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, this is a '90s cartoon. We can't say die.
You have to just say they're gone or destroyed.
Yeah, although this show did give like a very like concrete backstory for Kingpin, which I don't think we've ever had before.
Like about his father and stuff.
Yeah, like everything before becoming Kingpin and meeting Vanessa and everything. Like we've never had this before, and it's honestly really cool.
Yeah.
where like he's just this fat kid whose dad was like a burglar, and then his dad left him behind on a job because he was too fat to climb the ladder.
Yeah. Then he killed his father later.
Oh yeah, no, he became Kingpin, and his dad like came to his office and was like, "Wow, I can't believe it! You made it! I'm so proud of you." And he's like, "Yeah, no," and some guards just come and take him away, and he's never seen or heard from again.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my favorite moments of the show.
Am I bad for thinking that like Vanessa was an original character made for the Daredevil show?
Oh, I totally did too.
I didn't know that until like they had it in the comics and in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I didn't read that much Daredevil before the Netflix show, so I had no idea Vanessa was a thing.
Yeah. It was cool though how like that one cameo of Matt Murdock as like Fisk's child.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like the different versions of Vanessa and his son flashing through.
That's right.
There, Matt Murdock.
You see a little Matt Murdock. That's right.
How fucked would that be if they made that canon?
That would have been one really weird universe.
Really? Oh my god.
And I'm imagining it still works out that he still becomes Daredevil, and like,
yeah.
God, that'd be weird.
So basically, Peter and Spider Carnage fight. Gwen shoots Spider Carnage with a sonic thing.
Yeah,
which I love that sound effect, by the way.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like ding, but higher pitched.
Yeah. They've used it since season 1 with the black suit thing. So.
Yeah, which consistency. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's like the exact same gun too. So even
pretty much, yeah.
It's got a radar dish on it. That means it makes loud noises.
Yeah. So Spider Carnage kidnaps Gwen. Fisk is like, "Oh, I fucked up," and
yes. Like, oh, huh.
So Peter is like, I gotta reach to the Peter Parker inside Spider Carnage. Now I know how to do it. Uncle
Yeah, because
Ben.
like, you guys is like, hang on, this world is pretty much perfect for me, and in a perfect world, then that means there'd be one thing that would be different, and it's Uncle Ben lived in this world.
Oh, I forgot to mention, like, MJ is here, and she's like not at all the MJ we knew in the series itself. She's
No,
like she's like a party girl who is like self-absorbed and all that.
she, she's early like 60s, 70s MJ.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm eating.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. But yeah, yeah, she's what MJ used to be before she got depth.
Pretty much.
No idea what that was. Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, there was just a pop in the background. But yeah, that was. So yeah, Peter goes and grabs his Uncle Ben and takes him to where Carnage is setting up the machine to blow up the world, and it's a really good scene.
Oh, it is. It's very properly emotional stuff. I love it.
Yeah, no, I remember I kind of cried as a kid watching that.
Yeah, me
Like,
too, I have to admit.
yeah, like it didn't help that I watched this episode like it was I was like 9 years old, so my grandpa had recently passed away, so this really hit me in the feels.
I can't blame you. Oh, God. If I saw that when my grandfather passed away, I would have gotten super emotional too.
Oh yeah, no, it messed me up as a kid, but it's a really good moment.
It is.
Like
So,
he he does get through to Peter, but the symbiote's like too strong and won't let go.
so Peter just kills himself. The Spider
Yeah,
Carnage Peter, I mean.
yeah, he just, no, the '90s cartoon one.
Oh my, he just out of nowhere. Just like, okay, fuck this. Boom.
He just walks off the building.
Imagine if the show just ended that way. Oh my god.
He's like, well, Peter's like, well, if this plan didn't work, and he just walks off the building. It's like, I give up.
And Spider Carnage is like, no, wait, it did work. And then,
It's like, no, wait, oh,
my god. But, yeah,
it was just a really heartfelt moment. I should not be
it
making
was.
fun of it.
It's fine. We make fun of everything on here. Even
Yeah,
our
you're
own
not
pain.
wrong.
Even our
You're,
own pain and suffering.
you're not wrong.
But by the way, oh shit, I dropped my phone. Sorry.
Oh.
For everybody, if you heard me eating, that was a thing that happened. But we're moving on. But so basically, yeah. So that happens. It ends. Every Spider-Man goes back to their own world, but Peter has to go to one more place, which is the powerless Spider-Man's world, and we find out this guy is an actor, and this is a world where Spider-Man's a fictional character, so it's essentially our world. So,
yeah.
And then
this
we
is,
get
this
something.
is Tobey Maguire before the first Raimi movie even happened.
Pretty much, yeah. So we finally get this.
That is my headcanon that this Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire.
Oh god, I love that. Just Tobey Maguire walking around with like a bunch of with like a bag of sonic bombs. I don't know. That's funny to me. I gotta say, like Christopher Daniel Barnes' range in this episode, in these two episodes, like between
Oh my god,
regular Spider-Man, douchebag Spider-Man, TV actor Spider-Man, and Spider Carnage. He's like
they're all completely different voices,
yeah.
and yet the same. Like you can tell, but they sound so different.
Yeah,
it's the same thing in Star Wars: The Clone Wars with D. Bradley Baker voicing all the clone troopers. Like they all have the same voice, but they're just different enough that you can distinguish between them without even like looking at the screen.
Yeah.
Which,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, which I just want to do a thing where it's like that man deserves a fucking award for that show. I'm just gonna say that now.
D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he'll get one if they hold any awards for voice acting.
Yeah, like he deserves like everything for his role on that show, being able to make me give a shit about a bunch of disposable clones.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just that show in general too.
Yeah, which final season is happening now, thank God.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on it soon. But
Oh yeah, it's good. There's fun stuff.
yeah, but now we finally get to a point which is a really great scene where Spider-Man meets Stan Lee, and
Yeah.
this hurts a lot more now that Stan is gone, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, now like when it happened, it's like this is really fun and happy, and now it's like, oh, this is sad. Like
Yeah,
it's still really fun and happy, but there's that undertone of he's gone. So like,
yeah, pretty much.
and so is his wife, who voices Madam Web. So it was already kind of sad
Oh my
too.
god, that's right. No matter what, I'll always love it. She's like, "Behold."
Yeah,
That's my favorite thing.
yeah,
Like, even though it does not fit in like how she's currently talking, she just interrupts herself, being like, "Behold." It's my
yeah,
favorite thing. But
yeah. No, she's great. But
but
yeah,
yeah, it
that is why Stan, when he sees Madam Web, thinks that she's cute. It's because she's voiced by his wife in real
and
life.
then she says the same thing about him.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Uh, but anyway, so they have this really nice scene where Peter like is at the end of his arc where he's like, I finally like myself. I wouldn't change a thing about me.
Yeah,
And like that has some completion to
yeah,
his arc in the show.
yeah. That's why I feel like they knew this was the end of the show. So it's like Peter's been pretty fucking miserable this whole time. So like we're finally like, no, he's happy now.
Yeah. Which I think works. It works very well.
Yeah.
So then Madam Web's like, okay, we're gonna go find the real Mary Jane. Then that's it. That's the end.
Yep. The end of the show is Peter and Madam Web going through the Doctor Who tunnel to go find Mary Jane.
Yep. Which I'm just like, could we not have had one more scene where they do find her?
Uh, probably, but at the same time, money.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird how they ended it.
Yeah, like I would have liked confirmation that no, they find her, but I'm okay with the ambiguity of like does he find her or not.
Yeah.
Plus, it leaves the door open for the continuation if they really wanted to, or as fan communities like Bomb Squad Comics have done, their own
Yeah.
continuation of the show.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just freaking.
Yeah.
My mouth is tingling for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's something I ate. It's weird. But anyway, so like, how do you think this did as like a finale for the show?
I think it's good. Like as a final two-parter for the series, I really like it.
It's not perfect, but it's like good enough.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's not the best ending the show could have gotten, but as an ending, it's I think it's really good. Like just getting to see all these different Spider-Men and like fighting off other stuff, and also just for me at least, they brought back Green Goblin for one episode, and that made me happy.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
But
I really love it. I have a lot of fond memories of it and watching it again. Enjoyed
yeah,
it. I do wish, like I said a few minutes ago, I do wish like we got some more with. I wish they like concluded him finding MJ because
yeah.
Madam Web's like, you're finally entitled to some happiness. It's like, okay, can we show that? Nope.
Yep. Nope, we gotta begin the tradition of good Spider-Man cartoons ending on a fucking cliffhanger.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me. Of not Ultimate. I was about to say Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm like, nope. That added.
Yeah, I was about to say, I said good Spider-Man cartoons.
But yeah. One day we will get a good Spider-Man cartoon that has a full run one day.
Yeah, we're not getting it right now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, probably not.
The new show is garbage.
We'll talk about that at some point eventually when we're forced to. But oh, sorry. But anyway, yeah. So I think it's a good finale. Do you think it adapts stuff from Clone Saga pretty well?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
it cuts straight to the chase of there's a clone of Peter who may or may not be the real one. We don't know. Like,
and Peter's going insane.
yeah, like it takes the two plot points that mattered from Clone Saga and just went with it, and it didn't answer anything with it or anything like that. It's just like this is what happened in the Clone Saga, so we're just gonna do that. But we're
Which I
also
think
gonna
it
do our own
works.
spin.
Yeah, I think it works better because this is an alternate reality, Peter, and not 616 who's
Yeah,
going.
exactly. If it was main Peter who's going nuts and deciding to end all existence, I'd be like, get out.
Yeah, no. But
But
this is the
because it's
Peter who's
alternate
going.
universe, I don't care. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah. Usually, whenever there's like a major weird character decision I don't like, I'm like, if it's an alternate universe, then it would be fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I think that's all that there is to talk about, pretty much.
Yeah, more or less. Just it was. I thought it was a satisfying ending to the cartoon,
Yeah,
and the Clone Saga stuff, brief as it may be, I like that it pokes fun at itself because, as I mentioned, everyone at Marvel knew it was garbage.
yeah. It was pretty fun. I love the series on its own, by the way, but I do really like this finale, even though it's not totally perfect. But that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be,
Yeah. Um.
but yeah,
So,
and I feel like without these two episodes, we probably would never get Spider-Verse the movie.
oh, we wouldn't have gotten the comic or the movie, but the movie's more important.
Yeah, which is why I said the movie because
Yeah.
fuck the comic.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. No. So I mean, in the end, like it was good that they did this because it was like it was ahead of its time pretty much. Because
Yeah,
there weren't many alternate universe Spider-Man back then, so it's not like they had a
yeah,
bunch of
they didn't play around with that very much back then.
because they didn't really have much to choose from. I don't think 2099 came.
Oh no, I'm almost positive 2099 existed by that point.
Oh, he did.
He existed in the 90s, so
Hmm. I don't know when they made him, but in the
I can look
90s.
it up.
But yeah.
But I'm almost positive 2099 existed. At the very least, he existed by the time they were going to do Spider-Man Unlimited because that was going to be a 2099 cartoon.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, that's why
Especially with the suit.
Yeah, I was about to say that's why his suit's kind of weird and has the web cape.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, let me look it up. Yeah, he's been around since before 2 years before the show, 1992.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. And why didn't they use him?
I don't know.
No, that's weird.
Because he doesn't look like Spider-Man as much as the others.
I guess. I don't know.
Like his suit's very different.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, this one ended up being a shorter one, which
Yeah,
is good. It'll make James not claw his hair out.
yeah.
So that's good. Um, any last words, Brian?
I really, really hate clones.
I should have fucking known you were gonna.
Yeah, like I told you, that's my mood
Yeah,
this month.
yeah. But we 2 out of 3 done. We got
Yeah,
2 out of 3 done, and we got one more left, which
one
is
more to
another
go.
good one. Which is another good one. So we'll enjoy it.
Yes.
So, thank you all so much for tuning in to our second episode of March of the Clones. Once again, my name is Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at _the smart Alec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at Redo Reviews on Twitter.
And if you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to at @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow on Comics Ground on Twitter, you can go to @ComicsGround. And if you want to go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you all in the next web. Bye.
Bye.